Well, joining us live now to talk business news is BNN Bloomberg's Andrew Bell. Thank you so much for joining us,
Great
Andrew.
to be here.
In set. Before we get into some of the topics, obviously, interest rate key still holds steady at 5%. Not a big surprise to many people.
No, by no means. Of course, the speculation is that both America and Canada will see interest rate cuts this summer. There'll be major disappointment if that doesn't happen because, of course, the U.S. stock market near record highs.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's talk about gold setting yet another record.
Yeah, I saw prices north of $2,150 US today. I mean, so it's a new record, not in inflation-adjusted terms, but, of course, we should look at the markets more in inflation-adjusted terms, really, the real returns. But in any case, gold keeps going up, partly because investors think that the Fed will cut interest rates. And generally, gold is thought to do better in a low interest rate environment. But a lot of it is probably central banks as well, Russia, China, building up the reserves of gold because they just don't want to hold US dollars, partly for political reasons.
Well, let's talk about this next story. This is interesting. Almost 100 top Canadian business leaders say that the big pension funds should be investing more in Canada.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money in those funds.
I mean, there's hundreds of billions, that's right. And so almost 100 Canadian business executives, prominent people, are asking both the federal government and the provincial governments to encourage the big pension funds to invest more in this country. Reportedly, the giant pension funds collectively have as much in China as they do in Canada. Now, I don't think that's been it's hard to get figures on that, but it is interesting. Of course, pension fund managers will say our job is to get the best return, risk-adjusted return, which is always a rather slippery concept. It's hard to gauge investment returns because how much risk did you take? Anyway, the quants, the mathematicians have been trying to work that one out for decades.
Well, it'd be interesting what kind of impact it would have on the economy.
It would be. I mean, it would provide capital, and certainly we know that mining guys have been saying, put money into mining stocks, but you know, of course, the tradition with mining stocks is you promise big and you don't always deliver. So it's an interesting philosophical question. Should these pension funds have their arms twisted a bit?
Andrew Bell, it's good to see you.
Jamie, thank you.
Thank you.